náměstí in Czech. This place used to be resided by people who used to work at the castle, and there were workshops here. So really, like I would say, lower and middle class. And after that, there was a fire here in 1541 that I have already mentioned, and it destroyed basically all the houses here. So there was a lot of space created here. And after, also when Rudolf II, Habsburg Emperor, moved his court here, a lot of noblemen wanted to live in his vicinity, and they built palaces around the square. Yeah, for example, this is Toscany Palace. Toscany Palace is also a seat of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Or over there is a Renaissance palace, it's called Martinez Palace, and this graffiti that you can see on the facade, it shows scenes from Old Testament, yeah, including Joseph and Potiphar's wife, and it was uncovered during the renovation in the 70s. This house was used as setting for a TV series The Borgias, if you know. It's a European version. Not the one with John Malkovich, but the other one. And this is a church of Saint Benedict, belongs to the Carmelites. This plaque column that you can see here, this was designed by Ferdinand Maximilian Borokov. Yeah, there are quite a few plague columns here in Prague, because in 18th century there was a plague epidemic. Yeah, so they they tried to express the gratitude for surviving it. So they built several plague columns. You will see another, for example, at the square of Lesetown Square. Yeah. So now you go here. So we are now at the courtyard of Schwarzenberg Palace. Schwarzenberg Palace was originally built for Lobkowicz family in 16th century. Yeah, it's a style of Italian Renaissance, one of the most beautiful Renaissance palaces in Prague, and then it was passed on to Schwarzenbergs. Schwarzenbergs are still alive. Actually, their last descendant, Karl Schwarzenberg, who used to be Minister of Foreign Affairs and also candidate for president, but he was not elected. He was also leader of the 09 party. And during the Second World War, it was taken from them by Germans and later by communists. Now it belongs to the state, and there is a permanent exhibition of Baroque art of Bohemia. It's a part of National Gallery here. And if you look at the facade, yeah, you can see it's graffiti that is typical for Renaissance style. Yeah, you can see there are types of stucco, darker and lighter. Yeah. So why it was you have darker at the bottom. They added ashes into it to make it dark, and the lighter on the top. And while it was still wet, they would engrave these rectangles or other ornaments. Yeah, so this basic shape, like a rectangle. This is like a letter or an envelope. Yeah, and it can get more elaborate. If you look up, you can see plant motifs or animals, or they can be figures. And the last renovation was in 2007, as you can see over there. So that's why it's so well preserved.
Prague.
Before I start talking about Prague Castle, I just would like to mention these two buildings here. Yeah, this is Salma Palace, and there's also another National Gallery. And here, this is Archbishop Palace from 18th century, Rococo Palace. And if you go through the gate on the left side, you will come to the courtyard of Sternberg Palace, and there's another National Gallery. Yeah, so just here at the square we have three parts of departments of National Gallery. And so, I'll tell you something about Prague Castle. And by the way, do you have an idea who this is? I have mentioned him already, so you should know. DGM Thomas Garrick Masaryk. It's our first president. Elected in 1918. It was a father of Jan Masaryk that was killed in that Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And it was pushed out of the window. And in the past, there is a like explanation below. Yeah, because in the past, some people or even now, some people think that it's Stalin. And they had pictures in front of him, so they had to add more details who it is. So in order to avoid misunderstanding. Because maybe this mustache is the only thing I can think of. Prague Castle is the largest castle complex in the world. It's been listed in UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1992, and it's a seat of our president. When he's in the country, you can see his flag over there on the right side on the roof. This presidential flag. Yeah, it means he's in the country, not necessarily inside the castle. He doesn't live in the castle. He lives in a villa, which is behind his house. It's called Lube Villa. Yeah. The Prague Castle has been a seat of our kings, so it was a royal seat. And that when we were part of Austrian-Hungarian Empire, Habsburgs, they lived in Vienna.
Fai la foto vicino alla guardia. Le tomate.
Moment.